What is up, my friends? Welcome back to another episode of Chris Talks. And today, let's talk about a topic that I think is kind of controversial actually in the music community, and it sparked a lot of debate actually. But let's talk about music theory and the necessity of it to actually write music. This might not be something you really care about, or it might be, I don't know. But generally, as someone who has studied classical music theory growing up and is now writing music and basically has a piano training and theory training, what is the benefit of music theory versus not having music theory? So before we discuss that and really dive deep, I want to give you my music theory fundamentals guide in case you are interested in learning the basics of music theory and you don't really know them yet. So we'll cover things like scales, chords, like harmony, and all that stuff. I'll talk about how they all work together, make it super easy to understand, digestible, and I wanted to give that to you as a free guide. Basically just click the link below in the description box, and it'll take you straight there. And again, it's my thank you to you for watching and checking out this video. But let's kind of answer that question. Like, is it necessary to learn music theory in order to write music? And I think for me, it really does help in a way because it makes writing music easier. I say easier, but it makes it more instinctual, right? Because when growing up listening to classic examples of pieces of music, I kind of internalize what a lot of those pieces are doing, and learning, like putting words to what I'm hearing, like, oh, this dominant chord really likes to go back to the tonic chord, or this leading tone goes back up to the tonic. These doubling rules, right? These apply. Like, it's good to understand the basic rules of why something works and how it works, and then you can always break out of that mold and go out and do it for yourself. So there really is no there's no requirement to learn music theory in a way, right? No one's gonna like hold you at gunpoint and say like, oh, learn music theory to write to write better music, right? Because that's just silly. But ultimately, I think a lot of people write by ear and they do a really great job. And they don't really know any music theory. They just literally write by ear, and it's instinctual. And the best pro to that, the thing that is the most beneficial, is that they literally write from their heart. There's nothing in their brain telling them that, oh, this is traditionally right, or this is wrong, because it doesn't matter to them. Music is music, and it makes us feel a certain way. So I think actually having no music theory training is a benefit in a way, because you're able to write without any restrictions, and that really is the best feeling. Now, on the downside of that, of course, when you are writing music, you might come across something that sounds displeasurable to you, or something that sounds dissonant, and you might not understand why. And so you might get overwhelmed trying to fix it, and you're trying to plunk around to find the right notes or find the right melodies, and then things might not even come to you. And that's the worst feeling, is when you're feeling stuck and you feel overwhelmed because you feel like you don't know what is wrong. Like, why does something sound bad, or why is something not working? But one of the pros of music theory is really that it enables you to put a language and like put words to what you're doing. You know what I mean? It's like if you're writing a chord progression, let's say, if you're putting notes together, and then you're hearing this chord go to this chord, or this note going to this note, and it sounds really nice. Like, why does it sound that way? And so music theory allows you to do that and apply that same concept to future music that you're writing, for example. Or even if you just want to analyze music for fun, it can be super fulfilling to understand why something works as well, especially as a composer or arranger. And that's really the main benefit of music theory, in my opinion. And as a teacher, of course, you want to be able to understand those concepts and help the future generations do that as well. If you're a music teacher, understanding basic music theory, I think, is pretty fundamental. So, hence the guide I put together. But essentially, the benefits of music theory, I think, outweigh the cons. So some people think, music theory shouldn't be learned because it's like a restriction for us. But ultimately, I think having the basics down and just maybe even having an intermediate understanding is good enough. You don't really need to be the very best in the world. Like, you don't need to be Jacob Collier to write great music. Most people are not Jacob, right? So as long as you can write music that appeals to people, or even is just personally creatively fulfilling to you, that's all that matters. You don't need music theory, but I think it's super helpful to understand music theory and to actually have it in your back pocket just in case. It's maybe not the answer you wanted to hear, but honestly, music is just something to be enjoyed. and something to be explored. And so I wouldn't want music theory to hold you back. I just want you to have the basics so that you're equipped with the fundamentals and you know what you're doing for the, from start to finish. So yeah, let me know what you think about that. I don't think music theory is something that's, or the reason of having music theory or not having music theory is discussed enough. So let me know if you know music theory or how trained you are in music theory, or maybe you're just usually writing by ear and how that makes you feel. Do you want to learn music theory? What's that kind of situation like for you? So let me know in a comment below. I'd love to discuss. And yeah, and if in case you are wanting to learn more music theory, even just the basics to get up to scratch, I want to give you that music theory fundamentals guide. It's totally free and it goes over like scales, chords, harmony, how that all works together. And it'll just give you a basic understanding of the language of music, which I think is crucial to have. So it's totally free. If you want to click the link in the box below, it'll take you straight there. And again, it's my thank you too for watching this video or listening to this podcast today. Thank you so much. I'll catch you in the next video and take care. Bye-bye.